It's one of the biggest showdowns in tech right now. Elon Musk is suing OpenAI, the very company he helped get off the ground. But, this isn't just about money. This is a battle for the soul of artificial intelligence itself. So, we're going to dive right into the official court filing to get to the heart of what this is all about.
This line right here, this is how the whole thing kicks off. It's pulled directly from page 1 of the lawsuit. And man, does it set the stage. This isn't being framed as some simple business squabble. No, this is a high-stakes drama, a battle between idealism and pure profit.
And really, everything in this lawsuit boils down to the huge gap you see here. On one side, you have the promise Musk claims was made when he helped start the company. On the other, what he says OpenAI has turned into. The entire legal fight lives in the space between those two realities.
To really get that gap, we've got to rewind and go back to the beginning. According to the complaint, OpenAI wasn't created to build some shiny new product. It was actually born out of a very real fear about the future of AI and a promise to make sure it was safe for all of humanity.
The lawsuit lays out this whole origin story. It starts back in 2014. Google buys the AI lab DeepMind, and suddenly there's this panic about a corporate arms race to build artificial general intelligence, or AGI, an AI that can think like a human. So to counter that, Sam Altman apparently pitched Elon Musk on a nonprofit lab, and by the end of 2015, OpenAI was born.
Now, at the absolute center of Musk's case is what the lawsuit calls the founding agreement. He claims his entire involvement was based on these 4 core promises: that it would be a nonprofit, that it would build AGI for everyone, that the technology would be open source to prevent anyone from getting too much power, and, this is a big one, that safety would always come before profits.
And we're not just talking about an idea here. To show he was serious, the lawsuit lists the exact amount Musk claims he poured in, over $44 million. The filing presents this number as cold, hard proof that he put serious capital behind that original nonprofit mission, right when they needed it most.
So, if it all started out as this do-gooder nonprofit, what changed? Well, the lawsuit alleges there was a fundamental, deliberate pivot that completely twisted the company's DNA and its original purpose.
This is the multi-billion-dollar question at the heart of this legal battle, isn't it? The complaint argues this shift wasn't a gradual thing. It was a series of very specific moves. Let's take a look at the steps the lawsuit claims they took.
The complaint alleges it happened in 3 steps. First, in 2019, they create this new capped profit company, basically a for-profit arm with some limits. Second, they allegedly move all the crown jewels, the best people, the key technology, from the nonprofit over to this new business. And third, they completely ditch the open source promise by making their best AI models, like GPT-4, totally secret.
And this term, closed source, is absolutely crucial to Musk's whole argument. It is the literal opposite of open source. It means the tech is a black box. The lawsuit claims this decision didn't just break the agreement. It betrayed the open in OpenAI's own name.
The next chapter in the lawsuit introduces a huge new character into the story: Microsoft. The complaint alleges this alliance is what put the rocket boosters on OpenAI's pivot from a research lab into a commercial juggernaut.
I mean, just look at this chart. It really shows the mind-blowing scale of this transformation. The original nonprofit brought in less than $45,000 in 2022. Just 1 year later, the company was reportedly making hundreds of millions, with a valuation now said to be as high as $100 billion. That's quite a jump.
So how did this partnership supposedly work? The complaint claims OpenAI gave Microsoft an exclusive license to its incredibly powerful pre-AGI technology. The lawsuit argues this move basically handed the keys to the kingdom to one of the world's biggest companies, making it the main beneficiary of research that was supposed to be for all of us.
And all of this leads up to one of the most chaotic and frankly wild events we've seen in tech for a long time. That insane weekend in November 2023, when CEO Sam Altman was suddenly fired, only to be dramatically reinstated just days later.
It all went down in just 5 days. On November 17th, the board fires Altman. Then the lawsuit paints this picture of incredible pressure coming from Microsoft and big investors. And by November 21st, Altman was back in charge, and the board members who tried to get rid of him were out the door. A complete power flip.
And according to the filing, this was the end result of all that chaos. The old board was made up of academics and policy experts, people who didn't have a huge financial stake in the company. The lawsuit claims the new board was handpicked,
much more aligned with the business goals, and just didn't have that same deep expertise in AI safety.
Okay, so with all that history, all that context, what is this lawsuit actually trying to accomplish? Let's get into the specific legal claims being made against Sam Altman, OpenAI, and its whole network of companies. This table breaks down the main legal arguments pretty simply. You've got breach of contract for supposedly breaking that founding agreement, fraud for intentionally tricking Musk, unfair competition for misleading the public about what they were really doing, and finally, breach of fiduciary duty, which is a legal way of saying they misused the nonprofit's resources for personal gain.
And here we go again with the language in the complaint. It is so forceful. This quote just captures the tone of the whole document. It's not a dry legal filing at all. It's written like a story of betrayal, casting the defendant's alleged actions in the most dramatic light possible.
So what is the ultimate goal here?
Well, this filing isn't just asking for a bunch of money. The primary demand is for the court to force OpenAI to go back to its original mission, to enforce that alleged agreement and turn back into an open-source, nonprofit organization.
And so, this entire lawsuit leaves us with this one massive, provocative question. For a moment, forget the legal details, forget the personalities involved. This case is really about a core tension in our modern world. If AGI becomes the single most valuable technology in human history, can any organization, no matter how pure its intentions were at the start, truly resist the pull of profit? That is the real question at the heart of this fight, and the answer is going to shape all of our futures.